They've rocked stages half naked, feuded with fellow rockers, and battled more demons than a haunted house. And somehow, they're still funkier than ever. Oh yes, we're talking about the wild, the weird, the one and only Red Hot Chili Peppers. From sweaty LA clubs to global superstardom, these funky legends, Anthony Kiedis, Flea, Chad Smith, and John Frusciante, have delivered hits like Californication and Under the Bridge,
I don't ever wanna feel.
stacked up Grammys, and left a trail of broken hearts, rehab visits, and stage antics you truly had to see to believe. But behind the funky grooves and sock-only performances lies a story so juicy, it makes a rock and roll soap opera look tame. We're talking drug-fueled chaos, steamy flings, brutal band breakups, lawsuits, tragedies, comebacks, and enough backstage drama to fill an entire VH1 series. From their mischievous high school beginnings to ruling the rock world for over 40 years, these guys have done it all. And probably twice. So if you think you know the Red Hot Chili Peppers, think again. Grab your popcorn, or maybe a chili pepper or two, and get comfy, because we're about to spill the hottest, spiciest, most scandalous tea on one of the most unpredictable bands in music history. Let's get this funk train rolling. The Red Hot Chili Peppers' wild journey began on the gritty streets of Los Angeles, where four high school misfits, Anthony Kiedis, Flea, Hillel Slovak, and Jack Irons, bonded over music, rebellion, and pure chaos. Anthony, the Hollywood-raised wild child, had a shockingly unfiltered upbringing filled with drugs and acting gigs, thanks to his eccentric, drug-dealing dad. Flea, the hyperactive Aussie kid with a troubled home life, met Anthony at Fairfax High, and their instant chemistry helped spark something electric. Add in the soulful, Hendrix-inspired Hillel Slovak and drum prodigy Jack Irons, and you had the explosive ingredients for something unforgettable. Their band started in 1983 with a name almost as wild as their stage antics, Tony Flo and the miraculously majestic Masters of Mayhem. Imagine trying to fit that into a tour poster, but by March, they settled on the name we all know, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. However, the early days were far from smooth. Hillel and Jack were committed to another band, so the Chili Peppers' 1984 debut album featured Jack Sherman and Cliff Martinez instead. Though it earned some college radio love, tension behind the scenes led to Sherman's exit. They tried again with Freaky Styley in 1985, bringing in funk legend George Clinton and even sax king Maceo Parker. But despite the big names, mainstream success still eluded them. It wasn't until 1986's The Uplift Mofo Party Plan that the original gang finally reunited. And just as things started to click, tragedy struck. Both Kiedis and Slovak were deep in heroin addiction. And in 1988, Slovak fatally overdosed. The devastating loss led Jack Irons to quit, leaving the future of the band in serious doubt. What started as a brotherhood of punk, funk, and passion quickly became a story of heartbreak, addiction, and a band on the brink. After tragedy struck with Hillel Slovak's death and Jack Irons' departure, Anthony Kiedis and Flea rebuilt the Red Hot Chili Peppers by recruiting guitar prodigy John Frusciante and drummer Chad Smith. Their chemistry ignited with Mother's Milk, 1989. But Blood Sugar Sex Magik, 1991, made them global superstars. Think Grammy wins and iconic hits like Give It Away and Under the Bridge. But just as they hit their peak, Frusciante quit in 1992, overwhelmed by fame. After a brief era with Dave Navarro One Hot Minute in 1995, Frusciante made a fan-favorite return in 1998, leading to the massive success of Californication, 1999, By the Way, 2002, and Stadium Arcadium, 2006. Frusciante left again in 2009, replaced by Josh Klinghoffer, whose run saw lukewarm success. Then in 2019, Frusciante returned again. And in 2022, the Chili Peppers dropped Unlimited Love and Return of the Dream Canteen, proving they still had that magic. Through drugs, drama, and lineup chaos, the RHCP have stayed legendary, and they're still rocking like it's day one. If you thought the Red Hot Chili Peppers were wild on stage, their love lives are just as spicy. Frontman Anthony Kiedis has dated a who's who of Hollywood, from Cher to Madonna, Heidi Klum, Sinead O'Connor, and even Sporty Spice. He became a dad in 2007 to Everly Bear with model Heather Christie, which totally changed his outlook. Flea, the funky bassist with a big heart, has been married twice and has 3 kids. His daughter Clara, with first wife Losha Zeviar, is tattooed across his chest, and his daughter Sunny Bebop with model Frankie Rader inspired their romantic song, Hard to Concentrate. He married designer Melody Asani in 2019 and welcomed a baby boy, Darius Booker, in 2022. John Frusciante is the private genius of the group. He dated actress Mila Jovovich, was engaged to Stella Schnabel, and was with artist Tony Oswald before marrying DJ-producer Marsha Pinna, aka Aura T09, in 2022. No kids, but he's godfather to Flea's daughter, Sunny. And Chad Smith, the powerhouse drummer, is a family man with 5 kids, including singer Ava Maybe, who even made it to American Idol. He's currently married to architect Nancy Mack, with whom he has 3 sons. Despite all the romance, heartbreak, and Hollywood craziness, one thing's rock solid: the deep, lifelong friendship between Kiedis and Flea, brothers in funk and in life. Behind the Red Hot Chili Peppers' wild stage antics and funky grooves lies a history full of dark struggles and controversy. Addiction hit the band hard. Anthony Kiedis battled heroin and cocaine for years, getting clean in 2000. Guitarist Hillel Slovak wasn't so lucky, tragically dying of an overdose in 1988, which shattered the band and led drummer Jack Irons to quit. Flea also struggled with substances, finally getting clean in his 30s, and John Frusciante fell into a deep heroin spiral after leaving the band in 1992, becoming a recluse before making a major comeback in 1998. Even Chad Smith faced his own demons, entering rehab in 2008. But the drama didn't stop there. Creative tension brewed behind the scenes, especially between Flea and Frusciante, whose discomfort with fame caused several exits. Meanwhile, some of the band's lyrics and imagery sparked backlash over insensitivity and stereotyping. And who could forget the Super Bowl scandal? When fans discovered Flea and Josh Klinghoffer were pretending to play unplugged instruments, the NFL insisted on pre-recorded tracks, but fans weren't exactly cool with it. Add in the gender bias outrage over their shirtless performances, especially after Janet Jackson's infamous halftime moment. And you've got a band that's faced almost as many controversies as they have hit singles. The Red Hot Chili Peppers have had their fair share of legal drama over the years. Former guitarist Josh Klinghoffer was recently hit with a wrongful lawsuit after allegedly a pedestrian while distracted by his phone, though no criminal charges were filed. The band also lost a trademark lawsuit against Showtime over the TV series Californication, due to not owning the rights to the name. In 2025, they sold their music catalog for $140 million, sparking a lawsuit from former managers demanding a 16% cut. OG guitarist Jack Sherman also sued for verbal abuse and wrongful dismissal, eventually winning songwriting credits and compensation. Earlier controversies include Anthony Kiedis' 1989 conviction for sexual battery and Flea and Chad Smith's 1990 arrests during a wild concert. Whether it's tragic accidents, copyright disputes, or backstage beefs, RHCP's legal record is nearly as wild as their music career. The Red Hot Chili Peppers aren't just rock icons, they're big-time givers too. Since 2000, they've donated 25% of their touring profits to charity, supporting over 18 major causes like Greenpeace, MusiCares, and the Grammy Foundation. They've headlined charity events like FireAid 2025, backed wildlife and environmental groups, and even dropped eco-friendly merch to benefit youth programs like Nature Bridge. Individually, the band members go all in. Flea co-founded the Silver Lake Conservatory of Music. raises funds through marathons and auctions, and supports local communities. Anthony Kiedis is passionate about animal welfare and environmental advocacy. Chad Smith champions music education through Little Kids Rock and even lobbied in D.C. John Frusciante may be quieter publicly, but his presence in the band is a gift in itself. So yeah, behind the tattoos and the funk, the Chili Peppers are seriously doing good, and they're proving that rock stars can have heart and soul. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are still living large in 2025. Anthony Kiedis and Chad Smith recently showed up looking sharp at the Grammys, while rumors swirl about the band selling their recorded music catalog for $350 million, on top of the $140 million they got in 2021 for publishing rights. That's nearly $500 million for their legendary funk rock empire. Though they're taking a break from touring this year, Flea hinted that they'll start writing new music soon. They ended 2024 on a high note, performing at the LA Olympics closing ceremony. Their fan base stays engaged via active socials and merch drops, while their legacy continues to inspire bands from Incubus and Rage Against the Machine to Papa Roach, 311, and even System of a Down, funk rock royalty. And money-wise, impressive. All members are multimillionaires thanks to album sales, touring, and side projects. Flea is currently 62 with a net worth of around $160 million. Anthony Kiedis, also 62, is estimated at $155 million. Chad Smith is 63 and worth $90 million, while John Frusciante is 55 and estimated around $30 million. From sock-covered shenanigans to sold-out stadiums and multi-million-dollar deals, the Red Hot Chili Peppers have truly done it all. Their journey is messy, bold, inspiring, and totally rock and roll. Here's to whatever wild ride comes next.